Follow the script, don't ask why. Same lie, different suit, different time. Left, right, red, blue. If it don't add up, that's on you. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think. Lines in the sky, they say it's fine. Hey. Turn off your brain, trust the sign. Hey. Resist, obey, comply, die. Same old game, new reason why. Hey. Screens stay loud, truth stays buried. Breaking news, but the facts get blurry. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think. Seems sus. We bring the heat. Think.
And we are back for another Seem Sus. It's been a minute. We're still here. Yes. We're still kicking. We're still talking to nobody. But that's cool.
I don't think they missed it. They missed us.
Honestly, someone actually came up to me this weekend and asked about you and your wife. And we do have listeners. I don't know how many, but
for this?
Yes.
I thought maybe for the other show.
No, it was for this.
Oh, well, thank you to that guy that asked how I was doing.
But yes, I think it came from the other show, but people do listen to the other show and they come here to listen to us too. Just like that big truck that just drove by and shook my entire building.
That's good.
So yeah, I guess if you want to update people, how is your wife doing? Since the last time we talked, we kind of went over a little bit about that, but
well, now that people pay attention and care, I will update it. She's on her second week of chemotherapy. She's doing okay. The only part is her leg's still kind of screwed up partially because I'm going to go on a rant here is because she had physical therapy in Cleveland for the duration of her being there. And when she came here, insurance kind of took forever to get her authorized.
Yeah.
Is it authorized for home therapy? And they took forever. And the only time she was able to get one session of physical therapy before she had to start her treatments 2 weeks ago. So that kind of pisses us off because, and I guess she said it's a lot harder to authorize home therapy versus like going in an outpatient. So I guess that's what she's got to do next time. So, yeah, that's about it. Other than she's really frustrated. She's still on a walker and she's hoping they'll give her while she's there. Cause she stays during the week out in Cleveland and gets, the treatments and then physical therapy 3 times a week now. And then she comes home on the weekends and her mom, bless her heart, stays with her because her mom can work from home and she's like a medical person. I'm not gonna say what, but she hangs out with her most of the time because she's more, used to this because this is her, their third battle together. Mm-hmm. That's not to say I'm not like supporting her, but I'll hang out at home and do the things I'm supposed to do, and then she'll come home for the weekends, and then I'm her part-time caretaker during that, so her mom can rest. And it's quite an adjustment, but we're hoping her leg will get better because she's really tired of just being on a walker and moving really slow, and sometimes her leg still twitches, and it's like, yeah, it's a process, but we're hoping it'll get better. We hope. I don't know why I laughed. It's nervous laughter.
The awkward, nervous laughter.
It is, yeah. It's an adjustment. I know that. It just sucks because she can't drive, obviously, or go anywhere or work. So it's just kind of like partially depressing a little bit for her.
Right.
It's nobody should ever have to go through this.
No one wants to go through it, and then if you don't go through it, you don't really fully understand it either.
No, and she's also understanding more that like. Sometimes, what do you call them? The handicap, like the buttons for the doors don't work in some places, which is something she would have never thought until it happened to her. And it's like, she's so mad about how people don't like repair those buttons that open the doors and people park in handicap spaces. And it's like, I never would have viewed it that way, I mean, I don't do that. I don't park.
I don't know how people can do that anyways, because the one that they get towed or a ticket, if they don't
I
have
feel like nobody gets on that. I've never heard of anybody going, "Oh, my shit got towed because of part," like people get away with it. And I'm actually supposed to go get a sticker for a car, so I'll be able to park in those spaces, which makes sense.
I mean,
Um,
a lot of people need it, and some of the people that I've seen actually using it, I don't know why they have it, but it's not for me to judge one way or the other. But
right. Yeah, but that was the update. Yeah. So she
shout
got
out to anyone that actually donated, that listened and
yeah.
actually donated to your GoFundMe.
Yeah, if you did that, thank you. I'll never know like who did it or not, because
Right.
it's not like anybody contacts me personally. But if you did, like, I appreciate it. And she'll be home tomorrow. So I'd say 4 more weeks of treatment of the radiation chemo, which is gross. I hate all that, but I guess it has to be done until they come up with a miracle cure or whatever the fuck. I don't know. That's another subject I want to talk about. It just angers me how that's supposed to be the treatment of all the things they could be doing. But whatever. Is there a link I could share? It came in
I think the link,
for.
I'm assuming the GoFundMe, it's already been closed down, I think, hasn't it?
I think it's still open. I don't know. It's not like I donated to it because I know that sounds funny. No, it's still there. I think there's a link.
I can put one in the show notes later. But just to keep
It's still open. Yep.
Okay. Well, just to keep things kind of flowing, I didn't know how long that thing stayed open, but we, I know there was like a goal. I think you guys actually hit the goal, didn't you?
No, I think it's one of those that stays open.
Okay.
'Cause the other day, well, actually, they didn't donate to it. They gave me money, like everybody from a local metal show. Everybody like gave money, gave us like a couple $100. I'm like, you did not have to do that. It's really cool. Did not expect that, but
The metal
still not
community, for what everyone thinks that they're all evil and whatever else, are actually one of the nicest communities you can be a part of.
right. And I'm not a complete shithead, so like I try to be nice to everybody. So I appreciate everybody who donated that too. I don't know if they're listening or not, but it's not unsaid.
Well, we're going to dive into some stuff here because we haven't talked for about a month. So I know there's some weird things that have gone on since the last time we've had an episode, and I figured we'd kind of touch base on some of that. But the one thing that does stand out to me that we've kind of talked about a little bit is the ticks, which aren't these the genetically engineered ticks that they released at one point to combat Lyme's disease that are now taking over and making people infected with a disease that makes them not want to eat meat?
Why meat? Why does it got to be meat?
It's like it's making people have an allergy to beef.
That's so weird of all things.
But this is not the only thing that's happened. Like, Google, of all things, supposedly has released 64 million mosquitoes to combat other mosquitoes, so when they breed, they won't have the ability to have infections, like give off malaria or West Nile or whatever, because these new mosquitoes that they've engineered are going to be genetically... I was like, what in the... I don't know. I understand if that's what they think that they're doing, but I just feel like something's going to go wrong, and all of a sudden everyone's got like mass malaria or something.
Some weird shit. Yeah, that is strange because the tick has to bite into your skin anyway, and it's just strange that you wouldn't be able to. I mean, I don't understand all those weird. I mean, there is Lyme disease, as Amber said, which apparently is really scary to have.
I was tested for that when I was 8 years old, and I ended up taking the treatment for it, and I got better. But everything I had symptom-wise kept saying Lyme's disease or Rocky Mountain spotted fever, but everything came back negative.
Huh.
And then with all the issues I've had later on in life, I've wondered if I didn't have like some weird offshoot of some sort of a Lyme's disease. But Lyme's disease itself is also in a conspiracy because they think that was also a bioengineered disease that was created and released.
I believe it. I don't feel like nature would just do such a strange thing. I know It gets technical when you go down that rabbit hole about what is natural and what isn't.
Whatever you're messing with is coming through your microphone.
Sorry, let's move my mic.
Sounded like you were in an earthquake.
Oh.
Yes. So for me, I'm on a new journey. I have to drink sugar-free stuff from now on because I'm apparently got the diabetes.
Like you actually have it?
Like according to what my doctor says from my blood, yes. My A1C was a 7.6. It wasn't a joke when I said it yesterday. I'm literally.
I thought you were joking.
No, they claim I'm diabetic.
That's all that Mountain Dew, dude. I totally lay off that shit.
Well, in 6 months, I'm going to go back in and live the sugar-free diet, and we'll see what happens.
I think you can reverse it with a diet change, is what I'm told.
That's why I'm doing the 6-month thing. I'm not prescribed anything, and I'm not going to mess with anything. But a lot of my family are that way, so even in my genetics, like I'm kind of screwed one way or the other.
Yeah, I feel like my mom might have it some sort, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm older, so.
I don't know. I feel like someone's always got something, so regardless of all the other issues that I have, this is just another one to pile on the top of it. But
I wonder if like that's the conspiracy of like all the food that everybody's consumed, and it's not really genetics.
Aside from drinking like soda and everything, I don't eat a whole lot of sweets. I'm not a big sugary person, so most of my stuff comes from pop. And I think that's the problem.
That'll do it. I mean, it's still like a high concentrated bullshit fucking.
What's weird because sugar-free, zero sugar stuff tastes so much sweet, like sweeter than everything that I normally would eat or drink. So it's strange to me. It almost makes me not even want to drink it at all. So back in 2020, I cut out everything and started just drinking more water. And I got down to like 180 something pounds, which I haven't been that way since like 2010. When I went to a lot of water. When I went to the doctor yesterday, I weighed 236 pounds. I was like, Jesus, I've got to lose weight.
I weigh more than you, and I'm shorter, so I'm a big one.
Well, if you go get your BMI considered, they're going to tell you you're morbidly obese because they're considering me obese.
I'm a fucking sloth.
Yeah, I'm 6. According to the thing, if I was wearing my work boots, I'm 6'5", and they said that I'm 234, and my BMI's making me obese. I was like, that's ridiculous. But I'm not really 6'5". I'm only about 6'3", or something in that range. But the work boots make it taller. Here, cracking open this sugar-free.
Does that have like the weird aftertaste in it?
It almost tastes like a flat pop, like a flat Pepsi, but like very sweet. It's an acquired taste, I guess.
I don't mess with that shit. But then I'm guilty of drinking like sugar-free energy drinks, but I only want it for the caffeine. I don't care about
That's the only reason I actually drink this stuff. Like, I do like the taste of some of it, but I think I'm just a caffeine addict. The reason I was able to quit stuff cold turkey is because I was taking a supplement that had caffeine in it. It was one of those GNC male supplements that had all these other like high other energy things in it that your body supposedly needs. And I was pissing neon yellow. It looked like I was pissing out Mountain Dew.
I remember those. Those are expensive. I don't even know if they did anything.
I don't know, but I did lose a lot of weight.
Oh.
But I was also walking about 10 miles a day and sweating and drinking nothing but water and watching my calorie intake.
Oh, man.
So maybe
responsible.
So maybe by Christmas time, I'll be a skinnier guy.
Good luck. I need to be skinny too.
Join me on the diabetes diet.
Well, my brother said yesterday, he's like, you look like you lost a lot of weight. And I'm like, really? I mean, I am kind of stressed, but I still eat like shit. So what's the difference?
Right. The other thing going on in the world is obviously the world's gone to shit. And I don't really want to dive into the whole crazy politics thing or anything like that. But I did find it funny that a certain orange person called someone an Someone called him a crazy son of a bitch or whatever he'd called him. I thought that was funny.
Called who? I guess I missed that.
Mr. Yahoo from Israel.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Supposedly there was a big argument they had over the phone. He was cussing him out. I just thought that was funny.
Don't they like best friends? They have like a conversation at every like news article.
Yeah.
And it's like, what kind of sitcom is this?
I don't know. It's dumb.
And then like the whole thing about they're having like a UFC fight in the lawn. It's like, who asked for that? I guess he did. I don't know.
It is funny that everyone is pulled out now that signed up for it. And now that no one's out there going to be doing this big concert, I thought it would be better to celebrate 250 years of the great country of America, but instead we've made it into a political shit show as usual. So now it's just going to be a big Trump rally.
I'm offended. None of them are metal. So fuck you with your shitty lineup. Amber says she needs to give up ice cream. Man, that's a sin. I love ice cream. Anyway.
One of the people that were on there was Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, the one that's still alive. I'm like, what?
Why are they bringing up people that have been irrelevant for how many years? Wasn't Vanilla Ice on it too?
I feel like it was a joke when I saw that lineup. I'm like, Brett Michaels? What the?
Yeah, it was no one of actual like value of relevance. It was all like maybe it's just a flashback of a different era from 250 years, but I just thought everyone that was on there, I was like, for 250 years celebration, you couldn't have gotten like more popular choices. But again, It's all a political aspect, so no one's going to go there because it's all a big stupidity thing. If you go there, you're going to get canceled. And if you don't go there, you're going to get canceled. So what's the point?
I'll play it, piss off like the rest of my bandmates. Because I'm not with any side. I just want that money. They're going to pay me to play a show.
I will say that your bandmates promotes other shows more than their own.
Right.
So there is that. I did want to go to that show on Sunday, but there's other things going on. And to be honest, I didn't feel like going out there and spending the money and standing out there.
It might rain. I'm not trying to hex us. I'm still going to go.
But yeah. The UFO files have been released. And apparently there's another big wave coming tomorrow with about 40-something videos is rumored to be on the horizon. I feel like everything that they're releasing is nothing that hasn't already been out there.
Well,
there's been nothing earth-shattering of everything that's been released.
To be honest, we follow the conspiracy realm. Well, the normal people all thought that was bullshit. But now if it's officially coming out, then it's like a little different. I mean, it could go both ways, I guess. It could sound like bullshit and it's nothing we don't already know. But at the same time, how does it benefit us when, there's no flying car? I want my flying car.
You're never going to get the flying car.
Fuck.
Not in this lifetime. So someone asked us, you just dropped the F-bomb, and someone asked us if it was possible for us to talk without cursing. That was the last episode that we had. And
I'm sorry, I'll try not to say that.
I'm not saying anything about, this is just how we normally are. So people want us to not be natural because it might offend somebody.
I think we're supposed to be a little more professional than this. So, but it's like, I'm also nervous, so I'm going to cuss. I mean, I don't know. I'm talking to a screen to invisible people or people that are there and I don't see them. So it's like really uncomfortably strange.
You don't see me?
I'm talking about, aside from us, there are people, but you don't see them. They're listening. It's like, what do I say? I'll try not to cuss to be a little more professional. Sorry to that guy. But I'm also not a professional at all. So, you must be here for a reason.
We are just normal people. And to anyone that is listening to this, because I'm going to drop it at midnight, we are recording here at 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 4th. So if you're listening to this, we are live right now. And if you're listening to this on the podcast channel, it is not live. But during the live stream, we can talk about whatever anyone wants to talk about. So if you are a fan and you're listening, join live on the Tinfoil Tales YouTube channel and join the conversation. Give us things to talk about, all this other stuff. In a roundabout way of going, I'm going to say that you guys help create the show by interacting with us. So we do have people that come on, interact, but because we haven't done this in about a month, like there's not as many people as there usually is. But to everyone that does join live, definitely appreciate everybody that does hop on here. That being said, tomorrow night, I am doing a release of my documentary, which you cannot attend because you're playing a show somewhere. And after that, I'm going to start filming some other stuff that I've got in the works. But here's the funny thing. The documentary was picked up by a Hollywood studio. Everything's been sent, so I don't have anything to do with it at this point. Like, I have my physical rights, so I have my DVDs. But you and I worked on something together along with a couple of other people. And we are now in Hollywood. Isn't that strange? Like something we've worked on together is now going to be in the ether of the Hollyweird.
I guess. I mean, there have been other things they could have picked up, but hey, thanks, I guess.
So forever, at one point, like I said, I don't know when it will be, but I'm hoping Amazon, maybe Apple, like whoever decides to pick it up from the distributor, I think it'd just be cool. So I can check off something that we have done as like another life goal. But
sure.
Another feather in the cap of the many hats that I wear. Podcaster, director, former band guy.
Pick it up, frickin' Tubi. Yes,
Yeah.
I said frickin'.
Yes, Tubi. Tubi will be probably the most likely source that it'd pick it up because Tubi picks up pretty much a lot of things. Now, I don't remember if the last episode I was ranting and raving, but I'm going to rant and rave for a little bit about the tube. But I can't do too much because the outcome of what happened. But I did get demonetized, which apparently a lot of people did too. I appealed it, was denied, couldn't ever speak to a human. They pretend to be humans, but they're not. They're AI bots. You can't actually speak to a human, which I get it. YouTube is a giant billion person platform, and you can't reasonably expect someone to be able to respond to you instantly. Think about how many users of YouTube there are. So randomly the other day, I noticed I was no longer demonetized. There was no email, no explanations or nothing. I was just like, okay, well, that's strange. And I got an email like yesterday or day before, and it just says, we reviewed it. You're back being monetized, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, it was reviewed like twice by the AI and told me I was making fake content.
Fake content.
Mass producing content, fake content. Like, apparently they thought we were AI. The AI was accusing us of being fake.
AI would not say so many F-bombs.
That is true.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is true. So for everyone listening, Ed and I are actual humans. So far as I know, we're probably still actually AI because I think we're all living in a matrix, but that's neither here nor there.
My AI matrix is not very fun.
I've been trying to upgrade myself, but it doesn't work. Instead, I got diabetes.
I've been going through a lot of stress. I don't think AI should be as stressed out as I feel. So there's that.
A lot of people think we might not take things seriously, but sometimes you just have to laugh at the stupidity of life. Otherwise, then you just stress on it, and then you're just down in the dumps. So laugh while you still can, because guess what? No, we're not promised to laugh tomorrow.
I'm not really too down in dumps. I'm handling it as best I can. At first, it's like, man, what's going to happen? But I think you kind of got to basically get yourself out of the funk and just kind of live your normal life and the best you can. So, I mean, I've been I know I told you, I've been jamming with another band, and it actually makes me happy. And it's like, oh, well, regardless of what's going around, sometimes it's nice to just hang out with human beings that share the same goals with you. But
yeah,
I don't know where I was going with this, but I'm not AI. I have feelings, and I'm not very smart. AI can instantly come up with answers, and I can't. So there's that.
I just think that with everything going on in life, people are upset about AI.
Mm.
And where everything is going in life, I don't think there's a way to escape it. And I know we've talked about AI before now, but right now
Right.
we have a bunch of people posting anti-AI stuff. They don't want data centers. They don't want this. They don't want that. I get it. Sure. But here's the problem. It's not because someone generates a stupid picture. Like, there's also the fact that your cell phone requires data. If you get on something and you Googled it, Google also requires data. Like all these things, everything technology wise that we use, anything internet based, you have to have some sort of a data center for it. Your cellular phones, they have to have the data center. You're using data. Anything that has something like that requires some sort of data, even in the medical field. Like they have stuff like that. So everyone's all upset because AI is taking all this stuff. Yes, but this is the society that we've made now. We've opened Pandora's box and we're not going to be able to close it because this has been integrated in everyone's life. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't at this point. I just know everyone's up in arms about not wanting AI data centers around here. But what are you going to do?
Right.
You still use it. I think it's hilarious when I see people posting anti-AI stuff made by AI.
Oh, yeah.
Or they get their screenshots of how much AI uses water and everything else. They got it from Google AI. Like you're still using it. The people that complain about AI and the people that are worried about AI are the people that don't really understand life.
Apparently not.
Here's my thing. And they're blaming people that use it to make artwork because it's not really artwork. You're stealing art. Literally everyone has stole someone's idea at one point or another. Like no one's ever come up with anything original at this point in life. You're a musician. You think anything you've ever written has never been somewhat similar to something that someone else has created somewhere?
I'm offended by this question. But yeah, true.
You think some artist wasn't influenced by another artist?
No, I mean, everybody has their influences from other artists. So yeah, there's nothing original. It's just kind of like slightly modified.
I'm not saying AI art is amazing, but for someone like me who does a lot of stuff, it's easier to just whip something up with that and tinker with it rather than trying to find someone and pay them constantly to make episode art. But someone keeps shitting all over podcast for using AI generated artwork, and that's stupid and blah, blah, blah. That is the reality that we live in. It is what it is. If you don't like it, that's fine. Don't listen to the show.
Yeah.
I met some people this weekend that actually came out to a Bigfoot festival because I was supposed to be there. That's weird. And I don't mean that in a sense of like, you're a weird person. I'm just saying it's weird that people come out to see me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I would be expecting. Like, I'm at a big festival. Someone said, oh, they knew I was going to be there, so they wanted to come out so they could meet me. That's cool.
Brighten their day with your shit talking.
That's cool. Like, to me, obviously, that's cool if someone wanted to come out. I sold a lot of my DVDs. Which I also got told by people that they don't have anything to watch DVDs on. I was like, well, it can get played on a Blu-ray player or a PlayStation or an Xbox or anything that's got like a disc drive. You can probably put it in there and it'll read it. I didn't realize that we'd gone so far into the future that now DVDs are like the old VCRs.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, you can probably get it ordered on a memory stick. Somebody once showed me that. You can put the art and then the thing flips open. And it goes in your computer, but USB drive.
Those are expensive. I kind of looked at that.
I know they are. I know. It's just,
I have to make some sort of profit.
Right.
Like, I know I don't do this for money, but I also can't continue to be going in the hole all the time. I've done that for the last how many years?
I can't. Well, I actually don't remember how much those were. They weren't like stupid, but I get it. You have to make a lot of them for them to give a discount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... The thing I have set up right now, which everyone keeps messaging me and asking me questions about it, I just use the same thing I used to do for band stuff. Like, I still do my podcast like a band. I still have merch that is set up like a band. I still do everything in the format of what I would do for a band. And for some reason, it works. And I started to do the artwork a little bit differently. And then the other day, Matt told me I should probably go back to doing stuff that almost like to my roots, make it look death metal-y, like something that I've came from. So now all my artwork will look more like death metal band like a album art or t-shirts or something like that for the episode, because no one else.
What about what about download cards?
That's
just download the movie.
Yeah, but they still got to pay for it.
And
I can't do that now because I lost all those rights when I signed the movie over.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oops.
Yeah.
I guess Hollywood screwed us.
I get physical media rights. That's it.
Oh jeez.
So it has to be DVD or Blu-ray. But again, I sold quite a bit. No complaints. I already had to restock. So hopefully tomorrow night, if people come and watch it live, there's 2 showings. I will have the last couple that I have physically on hand with me. And if they buy them, they buy them. If they don't, I'll have them next week. I'll have more.
Or you just have a face full of tomatoes.
There's that, but I'm going to be there. Devin will be there. Some other people that were involved in it will be there. Ed can't be there because he's too cool.
I'm too cool. Sorry.
The new project that I'm going to start filming, if you want to be involved, you can, but we're going to start filming at the end of the month. Devin's going to be involved in that too. We're actually going to go out together. So
I can't. I have things to do. I can't escape as much as I could like to.
I know. So
that's just during the week, but that's not how you roll.
No, it'll be on a Saturday night, and where we're going is probably an area that you would not want to have anything to do with anyways.
Probably not. Just let me know about that. I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a house all by myself during the week. Any noise freaks me out, but then I realized I have 2 cats.
So funny story. The motel room that I stayed in the other night, and for the listeners, they're probably like, dude, this is stupid. I don't want to hear about it. Well, too bad. It was room 217. So if anyone familiar with 217 is The Shining, it's the actual book, Stephen King, not the Stanley Kubrick version, but the actual book. 217 is the room that all that weird stuff, bad stuff happened. I think the lady in the bathtub was in there or whatever. But I've never read the book. I just know it's actually 217. That is the room number that I was in. So I automatically was thinking about it and kind of laughing to myself. Well, I ended up falling asleep. And during my sleep, I seen a completely black silhouette come running at my bed, and I start screaming and cussing at it, and I wake up in the middle of screaming. My fists were all clenched, and I was getting ready to punch the shadow. But I know it was a dream because the way my head was laying was not the way the room was set up. So subconsciously, I think because I was already worried about the room, not really worried, but just kind of giggling about the fact of what number it was, I manifested this shadow dream to come running at me for me to try and punch it in the face.
I feel like that's would never happen to me. I would not dream of, you must have really thought about it.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just asleep. And this happened like 2 a.m. I just seen like this black silhouette of a person running full sprint at me. And I'm screaming, get the fuck off me.
It's a little too detailed. I'd be freaked out a
like,
little still. Even if
I was looking around the room at this point, and it was the real room. My eyes were open, and I'm in the middle of yelling, "Get the fuck off me!" And I asked Braden the next day. I was like, "Did you hear me screaming in the middle of the night?" He didn't hear me. He heard a couple of thuds because he was in the other room. So yeah,
that was weird. Your computer glitched. You went duh, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" It froze. I mean, sorry about that F word.
I don't think it glitched on my end. Maybe it's your haunted computer.
Piece of junk.
Someone asked the other day, and I kind of went off on a little tangent about it, so I'm going to go off on a tangent today. Do you believe that things could be haunted? Not houses or anything, but like objects.
Robert the doll, the doll that the Warrens have, apparently. Those are inanimate objects. I don't know.
Do you think you could buy a guitar that could be haunted by somebody? You buy a lot of stuff used from people.
I don't. I mean, no, but I heard like.
Now you're frozen up.
Weird. My wife goes antiquing a lot and gets all these like artifacts from like, not artifacts, but antique stores and like the thrift shops. And it's like all this stuff. And it's like, we didn't bring anything.
That's kind of what I wondered. like when we moved to our house, the only thing I bought that wasn't from the old house is this antique glass cabinet that we have. And it's actually a cabinet of death, as bad as it sounds, because it's like got our pets that have passed away that got cremated. So it's got like their little bags of ashes in there. And like, and it's stuff that came from like family members that have passed away, like the memorial things are in there, or little items from them or something. But it's also got like a kid's trophies in there and stuff that is basically just like a memorial type of a cabinet. But we don't know anything about the cabinet. I've got it from an antique store. And obviously you've heard of all the crap that goes on in my house. So the people that lived here before never seemed to have any problems. We didn't have any problems at our old place. So why all of a sudden, since we move into this house, there's weird stuff going on? The only thing different, I said, would be this cabinet that I have no information about. So is the cabinet itself got some sort of attachment to it?
Is this a revelation you thought of, or you're just randomly thinking?
This was something I thought about the other day. Actually, I was on another show on Monday night and just it was a 3-hour long thing with the podcast that I'm an affiliate of. For anyone that's not aware, Tinfoil Tales, and this seems sus, is an affiliate of Cult of Conspiracy podcast. So they're a larger podcast, and they release my episodes on Monday, whichever ones I decide to give them. I've given them some stuff that hasn't been released yet on Tinfoil Tales, so there is that. But, yeah. That's how I met someone the other day at the festival, too. They came up because they heard me from being a part of that. And telling my business here, I've been being recruited by a different podcast platform host, which, again, this is on the back end, so anyone listening does not affect them, but probably going to sell out and leave my current distributor because they are offering me the ability to do some things that I currently cannot do, so we'll see if it helps the podcast. Everyone listening is like, why are you telling us all this information? We don't care. And you're exactly right. You shouldn't care because it's not going to affect anything about what you hear on the show. It's just going to get on the back end that no one knows about but me.
Good job.
Yeah. I'm also apparently a huge celebrity that I wasn't aware of. Yeah. So that seems sus. People think I'm a celebrity.
I mean, once you put yourself out there, you kind of become a character.
Well, I was in a Hollywood movie, not the documentary, but Begonia, forever etched in Hollywood and infamy.
Yeah. That's, to me, is even more surprising. Not just like the documentary being picked up by Hollywood, but like your voice is actually on a movie with famous actors.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
And my name and the podcast name and the credits.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I think if the documentary doesn't go anywhere, obviously, then you still have that to brag about.
I'm not really a braggart, though. That's what I said the other night during that thing. I was like, I don't even talk about this. I was like, the only reason I'm even bringing it up is because my friend Greg that passed away said to promote it a lot more because I never mentioned being in that movie because it's not really anything I really think about.
Right. What's that dinging noise? Your phone?
It would be my phone.
The other day, I was listening to one of your episodes. You said your door opened like twice.
Yep.
Isn't that like a heavy door?
Yep. It's
like,
I don't know how it did that, to be 100%. I think that was the Window Man episode.
Correct.
Yeah. As we're talking, my door, I'm looking at it right now, it just opened up by itself. And I'm like, weird. Now, when it's warmer out like it is now, it does become a little harder to shut. But this was that episode was recorded when it wasn't warm outside, so it should have been latched. Otherwise,
so like expanding frame. That's what you're saying.
Like, but because it was cold, I don't know. I usually don't have issues with the door when it's cold outside. Only when it's warmer outside does the door not want to shut. Just because, like, even when I just came in here, I have to lift it up just to make sure it latches. Like, I lift the handle up just a little bit when I shut it, so it makes sure it latched. But, so yeah, that was odd.
Your door is possessed by a ghost. Just the door.
Well, that's not the only thing that's weird that's happening out in this barn.
Oh boy.
I showed you that video 2 years ago that I got that shadow moving across the desk and the shirt moved.
I'm sure everybody knows about that one.
And then I've had random noises from stuff above my head. Like some of my kids' toys are in there and it randomly just started making noise, which again, it's a toy. I'm not going to say anything, but it's weird when you're sitting out here recording and you start hearing little child's voices above your head coming through my headset. And I'm like, what in the fuck? And I realized it's one of my kids' old toys just up in one of the toy boxes randomly started speaking. Yeah. Her Gabby Dollhouse stuff started playing Gabby Dollhouse stuff.
Hell no.
Yeah. That was creepy. That was just a couple months ago. I was out here editing stuff.
Nope.
Here's the other thing of the tangent that I was talking about. The cursed objects or whatever. I know like Zach Bagans has this place out west where he has this museum of cursed objects. So if that was like a real thing, wouldn't that be like the most haunted place ever just because you're walking through there and everything's supposed to be haunted and cursed? So how could a normal person walk through there if that stuff was real?
I don't know. You got me on that one. I mean, are there any reports of it being haunted?
I don't know. People say like it's a tour through there and it takes like a couple hours to get all the way through it. But I'm just thinking, I'm thinking if it's really got all these supposed cursed items in there, wouldn't there be some sort of bad juju in the place so people would experience something?
Facts.
So I've been considering if anyone had like weird stuff that they wanted to get rid of because they thought it was cursed, but like ship it to my P.O. box and I will put it out here in my weird barn and see what happens.
Your shed.
Put it out here in the shed of dreams.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking kitty you got there.
You wanted to hang out.
He kind of matches your beard.
He does.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah. He's got a funky eye. He's a rescue. And I don't know. He's a miracle cat. He was sick. Nobody wanted him and we got him and paid like over $500 just to get him well. And it's like he could have died. So in a way, it's kind of cool that we saved him. Because, nobody would deal with a sick cat. They're like, I don't want that one. I'm not adopting him.
It's like the horse we got.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these animals deserve another chance. And I know it costs money, but I think your well-being will feel better that you actually save something with your heart rather than just like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Not like in the religious sense where you're supposed to be nice and you're like, well, if I save this animal, I'm going to go to heaven. But not everybody thinks that way.
Now that I have a horse, I can totally rock a cowboy hat and get away with it.
How is the horse? Is it like healthier?
She looks a lot better, but she's still very skinny, but she's been putting on weight. Like you can see the veins and stuff in her face now, which is normal for a horse.
Probably takes a while.
But she's also almost 30 years old, which is that's really old for a horse.
That's very old.
Yeah, and she didn't come from the greatest environment. She was an Amish horse, and then she was tossed out with cattle to fend for herself once they stopped needing her. They don't treat them like animals, they treat them like tools. And once that she was no longer useful, they don't care.
That's strange. I doubt there's any Amish on here, but that's strange.
Well, there shouldn't be. They don't listen to anything electricity-wise.
Supposedly. No, I'm not going to rip an entire culture, but they're something else. And they treat their animals like shit sometimes, and I don't like that.
Their puppy mills are awful. They don't care about things.
They're exempt from paying taxes.
I'm going to claim I'm Amish, even though I host a podcast and everything. I have electricity, but I don't want to pay taxes anymore either.
You might as well be Amish.
I just need to shave my mustache.
I mean, they're good at baked goods and they're hard workers, but I don't understand all that. And this ain't like I'm trying to take a jab at them. It's just like
they don't even have plumbing, do they?
They have their own kind of ways. I'm sure they do. They live in houses. Where's it supposed to go in a bucket?
I don't know. Like, how does the water and stuff work if they don't have electricity?
I feel like they're allowed to. Some of them are.
I just figured they had a porta pot, like outhouse thing outside.
I can't answer that. I don't know any, to be honest. So
You live in the
there's
area
that.
of them.
I do, but it's not like I want to hang out with them. Like, funny, the other day I came from the chiropractor, and a lady was sitting in the car, and the guy before me was Amish, and he was getting back into the car with the lady, and she's like, "Oh, it must be one of those people that they hire to drive them around." I'm like, "Man, I could do that. Make some money off them. They don't have to pay taxes."
Do you think that the whole thing with not paying taxes, why are they not taxed? Like, what made them not be taxed? Do you think it was something because of the way they are? Because they don't use like modernized stuff, so they don't have to pay taxes? But
that's not the case with a lot of them. They're
yeah.
a lot. They're exempt when they have a business. They're allowed to. Some, I don't know. There's some like ins and outs about it. I haven't really looked this up, but yeah, like I don't know when. At one point, there'd be, is it a religious exemption? Because like the church, I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't know when it comes to stuff like that.
Let me Google this. Let me Google this real quick.
Aren't Native American people that live on the, I almost call them plantations, but the reservations that they have for them, aren't they not taxed because they live there? I thought that's what happened. Like when they sent people on the reservations or whatever, they just didn't have to pay taxes on anything.
Apparently, it's a common myth.
They still pay taxes.
The premise that the Amish do not pay taxes is a common myth. They do pay income taxes, property, and business, just like everyone else. However, they are legally exempt from paying into Social Security and Medicare systems.
No, so they can still pay income tax. They just don't contribute to those things.
Right. And maybe that's just one of those urban legends that somebody made up just for everyone to get more pissed off at them. I'm only mad because they abuse animals. Some of them do. I don't know if it's all of them, but that's not cool.
Yeah,
they can be exempt from paying FICA, FUTA, and self-employment tax. So I don't know. It could be like it's one of those things somebody just said and it kind of just spread. Google's your friend sometimes. People should use it. Speaking of Google, I mean, this is another tire. I sent you a thing about the CIA. It's like a documentary, not a document of CIA of how to do mind control or tap into your system. And I was talking to somebody about it, and he goes, "Remember that program they had for kids that they would try to like give you basically like an aptitude test to see which kids could pass it?" I'm like, I don't remember getting that. I was stupid.
They did that. They claimed to see who was going to be in the gifted program.
Correct. Which I think that manual is for them because it actually has, I read some of it and it actually had a disclaimer like, do not tamper with this unless you're basically know what you're doing. I don't know if any of you seen this. It's the CIA document of how to do mind powers and how to get into a sort of like
a different hypnotic state, basically
breathing in, and then you're able to like kind of, what do you call that when you
meditation
project yourself?
Astral projection.
And I'm like, why is this just
it talked about remote viewing and everything. Yeah
I'm like, why is this on the internet like under the CIA?
Because
I don't know if it's real. I don't know if
it is real because there are official documents that the MK Ultra program was all based off of that. They gave people LSD to use to try and tap into remote viewing and stuff. All that stuff's been admitted to. Like there's official documentation where the CIA tried that stuff and they claim that they shut those programs down, but a lot of people think they just renamed them. They shut down that program and it moved into a different program with a different name.
So is it it's not a conspiracy theory? I mean,
it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's actually a conspiracy fact. Like it's not a theory. It's just fact that they did. Correct. They did do those things.
Yeah. I know that too. It's just the fact that like, we're supposed to be cool with that. You know what I mean? Like as a conspiracy theorist, we know this stuff, but then like, there's no like, normal person, like a straight person around here to question that. They just not care because they've done these things and they just want to live like delusional, like, no, our government wouldn't do that. But I
I
don't
think
know how a normal person would think.
I think they don't even care because it doesn't affect
Okay,
them.
I guess that was it boils down to.
Nobody cares unless it has something to do with them, is the truth of the matter. Like people like you and I might look into certain things, and other people listening obviously look into these sort of topics, but we don't do anything about it either. So the average person that's not even interested in this stuff, they're like, oh, that's just stupid conspiracy nonsense. And then they don't believe it. And then if they get told, no, this really, really happened, well, that's just stupid. And then they just don't care. They go about their day. What are we supposed to do? When it boils down, the system is made to where anyone like us can't do a damn thing about anything.
True. I mean, that's nothing new either. I mean, we wish we could, but here we are.
What are they going to do? Tell us that, hey, you got to put on a mask and you got to avoid people? Oh, we're not going to do that. Well, we had no choice. We had to follow the lines through Walmart. You see what I'm saying? Like, they still control and dictate everything.
Right.
One way or the other, like the government around the world, the people in power, they still have control over those sheep of us, even though we are the smart sheep that don't fall in line because we know things. But at the end of the day, we still have jobs to do and we still got to survive. So we got to do what we got to do. And I think that's the mentality of most people.
I think we killed off the hantavirus because nobody gave a shit then.
Yeah, that's no longer in the news. That's why it went into the whole tick thing. They claim, from what we've really got off topic of the ticks. So we'll close this one out by going back onto the topic of the ticks because the ticks are coming. By the end of 2027, the entire mass thing of Texas, because there's a worm apparently also now. Have you heard about this worm?
Oh my God, no. Oh boy, bring it on.
There's a worm coming from Mexico, Mexican worms, probably from a tequila bottle.
I was going to say, like, we know how to take care of those.
But they are also have been found in other cattle, not just that. But I don't even remember what the name of the worm is right now. I'm completely drawing a mind fuck. But this worm basically is another reason that people are worried about cattle. So now we have the beef, which are being affected by ticks that I'm pretty sure were genetically engineered by Bill Gates, which people ask, why Bill Gates? Why is Bill Gates doing all this stuff anyways? He just announced he was doing some stuff over in Africa. He's releasing.
Why is he still alive?
Why is he the computer guy have anything to do with food systems in other countries? And why is he introducing these insects? Why is Google releasing mosquitoes? Google is an internet thing. Like it is what do they have to do with mosquitoes?
I should put a poll on my Facebook and be like, yes or no, is Bill Gates a piece of shit now? And I want to see how many people still defend him, just out of curiosity, just to see what the normies think of this guy doing these things and not saving his own computers.
I know some people think Bill Gates is the Antichrist. I also think people think Elon Musk is the Antichrist. Some people said Trump is the Antichrist. Like so many people think all these other people are the Antichrist. And if you go down the rabbit hole of the Bible, I don't think the Antichrist is going to come back looking like the depictions that some people think they're going to look like. That's my own little spin on.
He's supposed to be a beautiful person, allegedly. And none of those guys are good looking, in my opinion.
They're all supposed to believe it's the true Messiah coming back. The only people that don't believe in Christianity that don't think Jesus was the Messiah would be anyone that's obviously not a Christian. But this person's supposed to come back, perform miracles, and get everyone to fall in line, and blah, blah, blah. And then somehow they got to take the mark of the beast, which is already in play because people are talking about this digital currency, and all of a sudden Elon Musk wants to have these chips implanted in people. And again, if you're a conspiracy brain person, you can start connecting dots that might not even be there, but you start looking at things so much that it starts to make sense that we are in a shit show of a world that everything right now seems to be a conspiracy, even though it could not be a conspiracy. But if you're a person like me, you see all these patterns and you're like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Right.
And for everyone that got boosted and everything else, you could have took the mark without even knowing. Strange, huh? And I'm not an anti-person like that. Like my kids, myself, like we've all gotten our normal cantations. I don't want to say the word because of what platform we're on. I'll get demonetized again. But
right.
we've all had our stuff. We've all taken our vitamins and everything else that we're supposed to be taking, but not that one.
Right.
So does that mean we're clean? Does that mean whatever? Like the celebrity that died again the other day.
Which one?
Exactly. This guy was on some, what the hell? He's only like my age. He's only like in his early 40s. And it said he died mysteriously. I can't think of what his name was. I'm terrible at this.
The racer? The
no,
NASCAR guy?
The NASCAR guy. Yes, he did die too, but he had some weird infection, which I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say it was related to certain things because I don't really know for sure.
Well, I heard he was trying to fight he was having like a court dispute or something with a insurance company recently, and he won like a big sum. Not that he needed the money, and then all of a sudden, like he just kicked the bucket, something like that.
This guy, let's see.
Tell you what, man, I kept saying on here that like, all these celebrities are like kicking the bucket, and which is strange. I mean, I know that's part of life, but you know, people get old and pass away, but it's just very strange. Somebody just kicks the bucket randomly. Excuse me.
Someone from a former defensive player from the NFL who's only 35 died suddenly. That's not the guy I'm talking about.
It's probably from steroids. You know, they push those athletes. Probably their heart explodes from all the steroids they take so they can run faster, play harder. You know.
This says R&B singer died at 75. That's not home. British intelligence officer dies of cancer.
Nobody's safe from that. The C word.
Right. I know. I literally just saw it like yesterday. And he's a guy that was not that old. And he was on some TV show.
Did you know him prior, or you just thought of him?
Well, I just seen it, and I was like, well, that's weird. He's not even that old now. He's all of a sudden dead. And it said he died of mysterious circumstances.
Huh.
I'm just scrolling through to see if I can find him. I don't know.
I think Amber died. She was on her phone. And her sister should be right back. And that was 9:19. And that's the last thing she said.
Well, we could put people to sleep. We're not that interesting.
No, I appreciate you people for like waiting out.
I wanted to have a whole bunch of things listed for tonight, and then I wasn't even sure if we are going to be able to do it because I wasn't sure what was going on with my own schedule. And I just kind of threw some things together, threw it off the wall. I wanted to talk about the ticks because the ticks, for some reason, there's been an uptick in Lyme's disease. A lot of people have all of a sudden sound like they've been having Lyme's disease. There's some people that I know of around here that have had it. And again, I've even had, when I was 8 years old, they thought I had Lyme's disease. But now these super ticks or whatever are coming around. And again, people are saying that they can't eat beef after these tick bites or whatever. The conspiracy floating around is that these bioengineered ticks are making people not want to eat beef because then you don't need so much cattle. The story, the story is they don't want to eat meat because it's a vegan thing. People are trying, the vegans have conspired to make people not be eating animals anymore. I was like, yeah, I don't think the vegans had anything to do with this. But my computer is completely crashing out.
Yeah, I don't think they prefer you not to eat meat. You are?
Yeah, my computer is like giving me all sorts of errors all of a sudden. I think the documentary could destroyed my Dell.
Oh, yeah, you're kind of talking robotic.
Yeah. But we've been going on for an hour. If we're back next week, which I hope we are, I plan to have things mapped out and actually have a topic and stuff to make it more relevant, because I don't like just coming on here and talking and just having conversation. I don't know if everyone enjoys listening to that. I think they'd probably rather have some stuff organized rather than just off the cuff conversation. If you guys listening out there like us rambling and not knowing what the hell we're talking about, and you enjoy listening to two idiots talk all the time, then that's cool. But if you would prefer us to actually have more in-depth conversations on topics with some research, let us know. But we're going to wrap this one up. So thanks to Ed.
Right on.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for everyone that's been here watching live. Thanks for listening on the audio platforms. Again, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we should be live streaming on the Tinfoil Tales YouTube channel. But on that note, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we will check you on the next one.